Hey guys, welcome back to Inspiring the World Through Media. Today we're going to be covering how to tell a very short version of the hero's journey, and you are going to be able to tell a compelling story about your product, business, or service or knowledge that you've gained in under 5 minutes. So go ahead and hit that timer. Let's go. The format starts with 3 things. It's DFR for short. Dream, Fall, Resolution. This storytelling format is the base formula that you can use, and then as you master this, you can start to split it up into different segments, and we can start to add things in later Inspiring the World Through Media episodes. So let's pick an example story to give you an idea of what a DFR looks like. The number one question that I like to ask myself when I'm coming up with something to teach is, what is a fall moment in my life? What was something really hard or something that was a lot of suffering that I went through in relation to the concept that I'm trying to teach today? One bit of suffering that I went through that was really tremendous for me was being extremely lonely when I became a successful entrepreneur back in 2016. I mean, I was so lonely to the point where I was going to business meetups and Million Cups every Wednesday for a year. I used to go to conferences every weekend trying to meet friends that I could fit in with that would be other entrepreneurs like me. That if I called them up on like a Wednesday back in the day, they would actually answer, we could go golfing or something. And it got so low that really the only 5 people I spent the most time with were podcasts and books, because there was just no one in my life that really lit that fire that I wanted to be friends with, that was inspiring to me at the time. So that's the point of suffering that I'm going to choose for this example. Now I have to figure out that suffering came because of a dream. There must have been something before that, something that I wanted that I didn't get. What was the expectation that I had? And the expectation was that when I became successful, there would be all these other people that were also successful around me. I would suddenly get let into the club and we would be able to hang out, go hiking, adventuring, travel the world together. And that just wasn't the reality. So I found myself sitting at home alone every day and every night, working a few hours, doing very well, and having absolutely no one to share that experience with that could understand me, at least as I felt at the time. So after years of playing around, becoming a hip-hop dancer, and picking up lots of other hobbies, I ended up buying a ticket to a university program in Barcelona in the summer to go hang out with 300 other insane people that were going to move to Barcelona for a month to learn things at a program called Mind Valley University that I've talked about before. And when I got there, I was in the depths of my loneliness. However, I was extremely fulfilled and happy that I was doing something radical, taking massive action to change the reality of my loneliness. And wouldn't you know, the very first person that I bumped into that day was this guy named Reshveen Rajendran, and he is an amazing friend to this day, and we've hung out in many countries across the world. And it was just one after another, I made a group of friends that was so incredible. Now there's hundreds, maybe over 1,000 people that I know that I could call up on a Wednesday and just have a chat with or just hang out with, and I've visited them in 40 countries around the world. If you love this video and you feel like it's giving you lots of value, punch that like button in the face until it goes blue for the YouTube algorithm. And then you can start to figure out what's the resolution. So I went with the dream and I brought you down into the loneliness of what was the fall, like really how did it feel? And then what's the resolution? What's the teaching that I want to bring? And so I'll teach you a trick that I learned from Lisa Nichols when she was teaching on stage one time, who's an incredible speaker who inspired the movie The Secret, and it's I, we, you. So first I'm going to start with an example when I get into my resolution of how I felt. So we get to the point where I'm like, and then I started making all of these incredible friends. I've actually hung out with them in over 40 different countries. And sometimes when I get into those dark, lonely places, I forget about how many possibilities are really out there in the world. And sometimes as humans, we tend to underestimate our own power to change our situations, to be creative and find solutions for these things, and to really dream up what is an ideal scenario. So I'm asking you, what are the situations in your life right now that you could come up with beautiful solutions for that will bring you into a world of life that you have never even imagined? And start dreaming up something, what I like to call is your dream testimonial. Your business, your product, your service, your knowledge. What is the ultimate testimonial you could ever experience? Write that down. Write down the name. Be as specific as you can. Where did they come in at? Who were they? What did they become because of your product, service, or knowledge? Anyways, this is just an example of a DFR. So you can tell that story of the dream. You wanted to have all these amazing friends. You wanted to be successful in business. The fall, you became super lonely because no one else had that level of success. Whatever had happened, you ended up spending a lot of times on books and podcasts and just being alone. And then the resolution, you took massive action, you traveled the world, and then the success, or potentially another fall, and then the success of I made all these friends, traveled to 40 countries with them. Sometimes this happens to me. This happens to us as a species. What do I want you to do and reflect on because of this message? You can either lead them into a tool, like I just gave you that tool, or you can lead them into your product, business, or service or knowledge that helps them with these things. So again, dream, fall, resolution. So the first question you can ask yourself is, what was a dream that I had to go through suffering to achieve? The second question you can ask yourself is, what is a fall? What is a big moment of suffering I've experienced? And what did that actually end up teaching me? And how did I get to that point? There must have been a dream. There must have been something I was going after or trying to become that led me to that dark moment that eventually led me to learning some amazing things that have helped me in life. And thirdly, you can ask yourself, what's a resolution? What's something that I know inherently that's beautiful? And what was a story of how I actually learned that thing? And this is a way to tease out the beautiful lessons you've gotten through life and to turn them into valuable stories to help people. Hey everybody, I hope this third episode of Inspiring the World Through Media has helped you. Go ahead and punch that like button in the face if you feel like it's valuable. Subscribe, share it with your friends, anyone who needs to create online content right now. I'm really trying to pump this stuff out so that you guys can maintain or build your business in this time of self-quarantine and social distancing. Comment below when you get your DFRs up. I would love to go see some of your story examples, and absolutely let me know what else you would like to learn and see. There's going to be a ton of videos coming out. I want to make sure I can serve you in this time.